activism begins with ACT. The Russ Belville Show features the stories of hardworking grassroots activists working for an end to prohibition in today's activist agenda.
All right, folks, welcome to our activist agenda. Today's segment is brought to you by Wood Pipe Smoke Shop and Speakeasy in the beautiful state of Wisconsin. So check them out for all of your needs. Wood Pipe Smoke Shop and Speakeasy. We're going to be joined by Kevin Clough, or Clough. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his name. As soon as we get him on the line here, having some difficulties with our Google Plus, so I'm going to have to go back to the old-fashioned Skype and see what we can get him here. We're going to talk about the recent rally they had in Philadelphia, the anti-prohibition rally that they had going on there. And Adam Kokesh, who's with Adam and the Man, made some headlines for getting arrested at this event. We've got Kevin on the line now. Kevin, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. And could you pronounce your last name for us? Because I'm not sure how to go with that.
Sure, Clough.
Clough. Okay. Kevin Clough, the executive director of Philly NORML, is on the line, and thank you for joining us. Tell us about this protest that you had this weekend, because I understand this is like a regular event for you guys.
Yeah, this is the fifth Down Prohibition. We've had one every month for the last 5 months. The 420 event was very successful. We had 400 to 600 people come out. Every event we have speakers, usually about six years per event, and then afterwards at 420 there's a moment of cannabis reflection.
All right, so this event was going down pretty much like the rest of them. Was there anything out of the ordinary about this one?
There's a lot out of the ordinary about this one. Every other event has gone very peacefully, and actually up until this event we had 0 arrests. But this event, when we arrived upon the scene and began setting up, we noticed there was a metal cage, like gate structure erected around People's Plaza there, and they had a sign posted on the fence saying that anyone with controlled substances would be arrested. And a lot more cops. There was police dogs walking around, and we knew that around 4:10, as like the cops approached us, and became like a close circle around the group, that we're pretty certain arrests would be made.
Wow. So no prior announcement of this change in policy. Just had there been any indication that city leadership or anybody was upset about the previous rallies?
I received word that on the Facebook wall for the event that the federal rangers had been posting warnings, but I wasn't made aware of that fact until the day of the event.
So as far as jurisdiction, are we talking about city property, federal property? Where are you guys protesting at?
This is considered federal property. This is the area right outside of Liberty Bell, considered federal park land. Okay, so we're talking about getting arrested by federal park rangers and federal charges then, right? Yeah, that's correct. But one of the reasons we chose this site is that it is considered a First Amendment speech zone, and also anywhere else in the city of Philadelphia, a marijuana arrest would come with a custodial arrest being brought to the station, as well as fines, as well as a small amount of marijuana program. We've had a number of first-hand accounts of people being arrested for up to and out for marijuana at the federal park land there and receiving a $175 citation. And there were about 4 to 5 people at the event last Saturday that received that citation. But it was apparent at 420 that they were targeting Adam Kokesh and NAPO and went right for them at 420.
Now, is there any indication, or do you guys just think that this may have something to do with his very controversial call for a open carry firearms rally on July 4th in Washington, D.C.?
Honestly, I don't buy that.
Okay.
I think it's more to do with 420 that individuals from Repent America were covering our protests and saying that it's a crime against God to consume cannabis in the open. Mm-hmm. And they had a viral video that came out. If you Google "but they're smoking marijuana," that video blew up. It was on Huffington Post, front page of Reddit, all over the internet. And I think it made the park rangers look very impotent, and I don't think they wanted to look that way again.
I see what it is. So it's just kind of a power trip that they're going through here.
Yeah, we felt very empowered that we had this event and that we were committing civil disobedience in a way that we felt was protected by the First Amendment and in compliance with what they had there. I mean, the response to the videos was that we didn't have the manpower to deal with that. And I figured with the way budgets are for rangers and the way things had gone down before, that it would stay that way. But I guess someone wasn't really happy about what was happening and threw extra budget money to make this occur.
Now, in addition to Kokesh's arrest, were there any other arrests?
No other arrests, but there were other citations.
Okay, so let's get into Adam's case as much as we can anyway.
Sure.
Last thing I heard is he was still at a federal detention facility. What are the charges and what's next for Adam, as far as you know?
As far as I know, it's felony assault that he faces. He was granted a phone call today in court, and there'll be a hearing on Thursday to figure out what was happening from here.
Wow. And so still being held, is there any indication that there'll be bond granted in this?
No indications yet.
Wow. So, as far as the political aspects of this, I see this tie-in to, if they can keep him in holding through July even, that might have a serious impact on that planned rally of his. I just wonder how much of this has to do with it. I'll have to get some of his people on here to talk about that. Kevin, I want to talk also a little about, just Philly NORML in general and what activities you guys have been up to. And if people want to get involved, how can they get in touch with you?
It's been a great year for Philly NORML, other than this last Saturday. We had the first ever Mid-Atlantic Regional NORML Conference hosted in Philadelphia. That was a great event. A lot of good networking, a lot of good people came out, a lot of good information, a lot of great speakers. And that kind of injected a lot of new energy into our group. That combined with the victories in Colorado and Washington, it's been a great year to be a cannabis advocate and activist. But with these smoke down events and the conference, those are the biggest things that we've had this year, along with other smaller fundraisers. And we're hoping to get more involved with lobbying in Harrisburg. And we're setting up training for students for sensible drug policy for at least 4 to 5 of our board members.
Yeah, that's a great work that you guys have been doing. I've been following Philly NORML for a long time, and I know you did some great work in getting the city of Philadelphia to change the way it dealt with low-level marijuana possession. How do the chances look, and what sort of plans do you have at the state level? Are we talking decrim, medical, legalization? What's on your agenda?
Right now, we're pushing for full legalization with Senate Bill 528. David Leach has authored that, and we have a few co-signers at this point. But it seems like the issue that we have every year in Pennsylvania is everything gets caught up in committee, and getting a vote out of committee is very difficult for us. We want to keep trying to raise awareness of the issue. We keep encouraging people to go to NORML.org, check out the Take Action Center, and contact their representatives that way. And if they want to get more involved directly, check out PhillyNORML.org and our Facebook page. We post about all of our regular meetings there, first and third Thursday of the month in West Philly.
All right. And looking to the future here, you guys said you've been doing this Smoke Down Prohibition rally monthly. In light of these changes, are you going to continue to hold these monthly rallies?
It looks like at this time we are. I can't say for certain at this point, but we have created something that's bigger than ourselves. We partnered with the Panic Hour, which is an NA-opposed comedy troupe, and also the Philadelphia Hip Hop Society. So we're not the only organization responsible for this event, and we couldn't have done it without their help. And I think this kind of event belongs to the attendees now, and it's up to them what happens next. I really hope that all the smoke downs in the future are completely safe. I really don't want to see arrests. And I hope that we have a safe, peaceful protest. And if that means that we have to not engage in a moment of cannabis reflection, then we'll do that. If that means that we have to maybe arrest ourselves and put ourselves in handcuffs before 420, maybe we'll do that too, so we're not stuck with resisting arrest.
There's an idea, self-handcuffing. Well, I've seen it in a movie or two, but nothing having to do with the protest. On another tack here.
We're open to ideas at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when Kokesh was arrested, did he have cannabis found on him? I can't say for sure, but I did talk to his people, and I did talk to him before the event, and he said he was not planning on being arrested. And I have never seen Kokesh consume cannabis at any of our events. Every single time, his primary concern was filming and getting interviews with people. He was too busy doing that to really consume anything. Yeah. So Adam's been a part of your rallies in the past, and this hasn't ever been an issue?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wow. This again, folks. We're talking about this Smoke Down Prohibition rally in Philadelphia. It went down Saturday. They're doing it monthly. When's the next one going to take place?
I don't have a date at this time.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, but it is a monthly event. So if people go to phillynormal.org, they should be able to find out.
I recommend checking our Facebook wall for the most up-to-date information, but we should have it posted on our website as well.
Okay, Philly Normal on Facebook, and you can find more information about that. Have you managed to get in touch with the federal rangers, the Park Service there, to negotiate about this, to find out what their stance is, or we're just moving forward with the next rally and let the chips fall where they may?
I think they made it pretty clear at the last event what their stance is. If there is anyone smoking cannabis, they will be arrested. The part that doesn't make sense to me, though, is why the organizers were arrested, and that's what's going to come out of court. And they're in the federal system now. I don't think the park rangers even really have much say in what happens with them now. But the key thing is that they believe that these individuals were resisting arrest. The videos are out there. People can make their own decisions about whether that's happening or not. And hopefully, the judge or jury, when it comes to that, will see them and hopefully judge in our favor, because we don't believe that they were causing a problem at this time.
Well, what I've seen from the videos that are out there, I haven't seen much that falls under the category of resisting arrest, unless you want to, split hairs here. But with this situation here, with this resisting arrest, so none of the charges here had to do with open consumption of cannabis, or was that part of the original arrest?
It's my understanding at this time that there's charges do not have anything involving cannabis.
Wow. Okay, so resisting arrest and being arrested for what exactly?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
That's what we're trying to figure out. I wasn't sure if it was just me or if there was a hole in this story that needed filling, and that sounds like, we're going to arrest you. If you're going to get a resisting arrest, you had to have been arrested for something. And I was under the assumption it was, a smoke out. You were smoking weed openly, but that's not the case.
And I've been in contact with Patrick Nightingale, too, of Pittsburgh NORML, who's a lawyer in Pennsylvania. And he asked me multiple times, was there a dispersal order? And there was not a dispersal order. I could see if there was a dispersal order, and the organizers were continuing to address the crowd, and we're continuing to use amplified audio to address the crowd, but there was no dispersal order.
Wow.
So I'm not sure how this is going to play out. I think Adam and Poe have a pretty good chance in court, but we'll see what happens when all the facts come out.
Well, this sounds like a serious First Amendment issue then to me, and it sounds to me as if you're being targeted for the content of your political protest, and that can't be allowed to stand.
Yeah, I mean, this issue has quickly turned into a civil disobedience, cannabis-related issue, into a First Amendment issue. The fact that we expected, and I would say we're okay with. People that were consuming cannabis knew that they were going to get a citation, and it was our understanding with involvement of park rangers in the past to be a $175 fine, and the majority of issues that day were the citations, but these two outliers still don't make any sense to me.
Wow. All right. So Kevin Clough, Executive Director of Philly NORML. You can find him at phillynormal.org, also on Facebook at Philly NORML. Anything else you'd like to tell our audience before we wrap this up?
If you want to help out Adam or NAPO, check out their respective websites, thepanichour.com and adamversusdemand.com. They are seeking donations, and if you use all the support that you get at this point. And if you're in the Philadelphia area and want to come out and show your support, I believe there's pretty much daily protests at the Federal Detention Center at 7th and Arch until this issue is resolved.
All right. Yeah, let's get that taken care of. Make your voice heard. They can't be arresting us and, ending our First Amendment rights just to protest for a change in the laws. And that's what Philly NORML and all the folks at NORML have been involved with for over 40 years now. Kevin, thanks for joining us and filling us in on the story. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Russ.
All right, when we come back, we'll have time for a radical rant. We're going to, this one. We're going to be taking a look at a very interesting
We'll be right back after these messages from our 420 friendly sponsors. Support these advertisers because their ad money goes straight to the Russ Belville Show.
You may remember me attacking Anna Canzano in Oregon.
You're tuned into the Russ Belville Show, the voice of the marijuana nation.
Well, apparently Anna Canzano has a like-minded compatriot in Arizona. That's our radical rant. We'll be right back.